Hi everybody, my name's Carrie. My husband Dale and I are the creators of the From Seed to Spoon mobile app, which helps walk you through how to grow over 100 different fruits, vegetables, herbs. And I am here today with Jordan. He is the creator of the Regenerare fertilizer. So Jordan, would you tell us just a little bit about your background first and how and why you came up with this?
Yeah, so I'm Jordan. I'm with Regenerative Soil Services, and yeah, it all kind of started for me in college when I went to Oklahoma State University, graduated with a degree in plant and soil sciences, and then spent about 4 or 5 years after that just kind of traveling the world, working with farmers all across the country, focusing on soil predominantly. And then getting back home, I kind of realized that we also had a food problem here. Like, our food system doesn't have the nutrients in the food that we need, and it's not as fresh as what we should be eating. And so I've kind of started to go towards, how can we fix this here in our own soil? And so I've done a lot of soil testing for farmers here. I spent about 7 months in Missouri doing soil tests and custom fertilizer recommendations. And I found out that every soil needs about the same stuff. It needs the same proportions of calcium, magnesium, all these elements. And that's kind of what I focused on here. Is this is what I would do for people if I came and tested their soil. I would give them a custom recommendation. I focus on about 13 nutrients for plants, and then also add in a broad array of other trace minerals. And the reason I do that is because plants need these 13 nutrients to thrive. More than nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Those are important, but we also need calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sulfur, a bunch of trace elements like iron, boron, manganese, and we need those in certain proportions for there to be healthy soil for plants to grow in. So this has those proportions in it.
That sounds awesome. So how is this any different than something that I would buy, say, at one of the big box stores or something like that?
Yeah, so this has everything in it that plants are going to need. So you won't have to buy multiple fertilizers for it.
That's great.
Right now, you're usually having to buy several fertilizers to give your plants what they need.
Yeah.
And this is also using only ingredients that are approved for organic farming.
Great.
And so it's free of chemicals, free of the stuff that you don't want in your food. And
yeah, and since I'm growing my own food, I definitely don't want any of those bad things in there. So
yeah, and our
great.
focus is we want people to be healthy and have food that's going to feed their bodies and give them better quality of life.
Yeah.
And so this is something I do with my family and something I want other people to benefit from as well.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing it with us and putting it in the store too.
Yeah.
So we have this in our store also. Do you want to share the prices and the...
Yeah, so we have a 13.75 pound bag, covers 550 square feet or 110 cubic feet. We sell it for $75, and then our smaller bag is 3.75 pounds, and it covers 30 cubic feet and 150 square feet.
And so, all of that is free shipping too.
Yes, free shipping.
So on these, it does say how, I know he was talking about how much feet it covers, but it does give directions on how to use it. So do you want to walk us through how to use some real quick?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great. Okay, so Jordan, if you could walk us through how to go about fertilizing this bed that we already have stuff in right now, what do we do?
Yeah, so usually what I tell people is if you're fertilizing at the beginning of season before you're growing, you mix this amount into your soil before you plant. But if you have stuff growing, it's totally fine too. What we'll do is we'll just sprinkle the amount on top around the plants evenly, and then just water it in through the growing season.
Okay,
as you're
great.
Growing your plants.
Great.
So these are 100-gallon pots, and we recommend using about a 1/4 cup per cubic foot. And so this has about 13.5 cubic feet of soil. So we'll do about 3 cups to 4 cups. And the great thing with this is it's not going to harm your plants if you aren't exactly right, you know.
That's good.
Doesn't have harsh chemicals or anything like that. So we'll just sprinkle it around, make sure it gets an even cover, and then we can water it in.
Great.
So we use a measuring cup from the kitchen. This is a cup measure, and we'll just sprinkle it around.
Now, how often do you recommend doing this?
So I would say at least once per growing season.
Okay.
It should last you through the whole season. This is a slow release fertilizer.
Good.
So it will release nutrients all through the season for your plants.
Okay, great. And then so after we sprinkle all this in, we just water it in real good and that's it?
Yeah. And if
Seems
you
so
have
simple.
mulch,
It's
I
great.
would also suggest, like, if you have extra compost, you can always cover that on top of the
Okay.
fertilizer
Yeah,
to help keep it, you know, with your soil.
great.
So it will look like a lot when you do it on top like this, but as you water, it will slowly work into the soil and then become plant available. Yeah, so that's it. Just like that.
Great. Well, thank you so much for showing us how to use this. This is great. We'll definitely need to use this for all of our smart pots now.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Jordan, for showing us. And again, we have this available in our store at seedtospoon.net, so check it out. There are 2 different sizes. You want to run over the 2 different sizes again?
The 3.75 pound, which is $30, and then the 13.75 pound, which is $75.
Great. And it's all free shipping, so check it out, seedtospoon.net.